Assalamualaikum and good day. I wish to Dr. Rita. My name is Nabila binti Rozizan with metric number 157031 and my partner SITI AMIENA binti Azizan with metric number 159345 will continue our presentation today. A survey was conducted on the 22 students of the University Sains Malaysia. The respondent consists of 11 students from Pusat Pengajian Ilmu Kemanusiaan and 11 students from other schools. There are various data collected based on different demographics such as name, age, ethnicity, school, place of origin, current hometown, language, dialect, and the importance of identity. The objective of this survey is to analyze the relationship between language variation and social factors. Language variation are defined as linguistic variation or simply variation refers to regional, social, or contextual difference in the ways that a particular language is used. The social factors identified linked with the language variations are geographical locations and education. Geographical location in linguistics is defined as the location where the linguistic variation and distinct dialect or accent of a group are identified. The geographical location may include the regional identity and language where a community or group is differentiated by language variation and regional dialects. The second social factor identified linked with the language used is education. Educational system plays an important role in influencing language variation and standardizations of language. Next, I will present the data of students of Pusat Pengajian Ilmu Kemanusiaan that we have collected. The pie charts above shows that 9 out of 11 students of PPIK are females and 2 males. 8 of the respondents from PPIK are Malays while 2 respondents are Chinese. Moreover, only 1 respondent with Indonesian ethnicity. 8 respondents aged 22 years old while 2 respondents aged 23 and only 1 respondent aged 26 years old. Next, the language identified spoken by the respondents are Malay, English, French, Arabic, and Chinese. Most of the respondents can speak Malay and English language, while 2 respondents can speak Chinese, and only 1 student speak French and Arabic. 3 respondents speak Kedah and Kelantan dialects. 3 respondents speak each Sabah, Melaka, Hokkien, and American dialect, and 4 respondents speak the Kuala Lumpur dialect. All of the respondents agree that dialect is important for their identity.
Now I am going to present the non-PPIK data that we have collected. First and foremost are the demographic of the respondents. Their ages range from 21 to 23 years old, with 3 22 years old, 2 23 years old, and the majority are 6 21 years old. There are also 4 male respondents and 7 female respondents. For their ethnicities, 9 are Malays while the 2 of them are Chinese. The students are from various schools with 2 social sciences students, 2 biology students, 3 mathematics students, and the rest are from School of the Arts, School of Industrial Technology, School of Chemical Sciences, and School of Computer Sciences. We also asked for the languages spoken by the respondents, and 10 out of 11 respondents are able to speak in both Malay and English. This is due to the fact that all 10 respondents are from Malaysia while only 1 respondent are from China. Respondent B1, who came from China, is able to speak in 3 languages, which is Cantonese, Mandarin, and English, making her a trilingual. Respondent B2 can also speak in Cantonese and Mandarin aside from Malay and English. Therefore, 2 of the respondents are polyglots while the rest are bilinguals. For place of origin, there is only 1 respondent who was born in Shanghai, China, while the rest are born in Malaysia from varying states, as you can see from the table shown. It is similar to the current hometown, with only 1 respondent's hometown being in China while the rest are all in Malaysia. We also collected their dialects, which are mostly influenced by their current hometown and also influenced by their place of origin. Nabila will later go into details on how their dialects are related to their geographical location. Finally, we ask our respondents one final question, which is your dialect important to your identity? And all of them answered yes.
Next, I will continue with the findings and discussion that we have analyzed. Based on the 20 data that we have collected, we can see an interesting link between the influence of geographical location and language variation. Respondent A1 with ethnicity Malay was born in Kuala Terengganu and is currently living in Besut, Terengganu. However, respondent A1 speaks the Kelantanese dialect instead of the Terengganu dialect. The Kelantanese dialect used by A1 may have resulted from regional dialect influence. Regional dialect may refer to a distinct form of a language spoken in a particular geographical area. For instance, Besut is a region part of Terengganu bordered by the state of Kelantan, Pasir Putih. Moreover, isoglossus factors may also influence the spreading of Kelantanese dialect into the neighboring location, Besut. Thus, the Kelantanese dialects has influenced the use of its dialects among the Besut people due to its location. Respondent A9 with ethnicity Malay was born in Kelantan and is currently in Puchong, Selangor. Respondent A9 speaks both Kelantanese and Kuala Lumpur dialects. Respondent A9 speaks Kelantanese due to her origin. She could speak the Kuala Lumpur dialect due to the regional dialect influence. For instance, the residential area where she currently lives use Kuala Lumpur dialect as their daily conversation dialects, which has influenced her ability to learn Kuala Lumpur dialects. Thus, the Kuala Lumpur regional dialect, in which the residential area has a significant part, influence the language variations of respondent A9. Moreover, respondent B1 with ethnicity Chinese was born is currently living in Shanghai, China. The respondent speaks both English and Chinese language. Shanghai is located on the East China coast. Moreover, the variety of Chinese language of the respondent is emphasized, where she can speak Cantonese, Mandarin and Shanghai dialects. The variation of dialects spoken by the respondent may result from the influence of the Shanghai regional dialects. Most of the Shanghainese spoke the Shanghai dialect, followed by Mandarin, Cantonese and other dialects. Thus, the language variation of the Shanghainese is influenced by the regional dialect of different Chinese subgroups in Shanghai. In conclusion, we can conclude that geographical location has influenced the language variation of the respondents.
Based on all the 22 sets of data that we have collected, we can see an interesting link between the level of education and the number of languages that our respondents use. The respondents, who are all students of University Science of Malaysia, are able to use more than one languages, with 21 out of 22 respondents being able to use both Malay and English. We can draw the conclusion that people with a university level of education are more likely to be bilingual and use more than one language daily in comparison to people who do not attend a tertiary level of education. This is also due to the fact that most university courses in Malaysia are taught in English, therefore it has become a necessity for Malaysians to use English in order to understand their learning materials. Not to mention that English is a language that is taught from primary school to secondary school, therefore it is not a surprise that most Malaysians are able to understand English but don't often use it unless necessary. However, there is no apparent link between education and dialects from the data we have collected. Some of the respondents have mentioned that due to studying in Penang for more than 2 years, they have adapted and would often use Penang dialect or the standard dialect, specifically for those who use Kelantanese dialect, Terengganu dialect, Sarawakian dialect, Sabahan dialects, which are distinctly different from the Northern Malay dialects. Finally, we ask our respondents whether their dialect is important to their identity. The answer was a resounding yes from all 22 respondents. Respondent B11 elaborated that it is important to him for people to recognize which side of Malaysia he is from. From the unanimous agreement by all 22 respondents, we can see that the dialects are something that represents a person's identity. Dialects contain the information of where you came from, where you were raised, and how you were raised. There are also peculiar cases where American children who watched Peppa Pig in their childhood grew up to have a British accent, which is an indication of how one was raised. All in all, the respondents did not separate their dialects from their identity, and some even took pride in their dialect for representing where they came from. We can conclude from this research is that dialects are heavily influenced by geographical locations such as place of origin and current hometown. When we are raised in a surrounding that speak a certain dialect, we would certainly be influenced, especially if the dialect is used by our family and friends who we spend a lot of time with. We also notice that one person can have multiple dialects due to their family background and due to living in two different states for a long time. To summarize, dialects are a language variation that is strongly related to geographical location. One's level of education does not influence the regional dialect, and it is an important part of one's identity. Thank you.